Hands. Are we the baddies?
Hello everyone, and welcome to Sunday morning. Well, Sunday early afternoon of Bob Plays Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts on Legendary difficulty. I'm Bobtheorc, and today is episode 25 of Kaiser Bob, the Baddies Invade the USA. I know I haven't played this one for a while. Welcome aboard, Shadow Wolf. What are you up to today? So I'm here on Discord hanging out. We're going to go do the Germany campaign, because I hadn't done this in a while. I've been at a real MechWarrior 5 kick lately. Really excited about the Shadows of Kerensky. And then I've been doing my casual USA campaign. But now we're going to go to the other side of the pond and do our German campaign, where we are refitting a lot of ships. We had to really crank down our tech budget, because we're refitting like 1.5 million tons of ships. Because we're trying to get all of our assault ships, or holy assault ships. What game are you playing? Are you doing more Space Engineers, or what are you up to? So we got all of this going on, and let's make sure that we have all these guys on. Well, we'll change the sea control and everything. Let's do all sea control. Let's go double check our finances. It's going to affect our finances a little bit. It's probably going to tank our finances. Yeah, we gotta go tweak that just a smidge. That's fine enough. Alright, so we got like 2 months of refitting. I don't remember what we're right on. What nation are you playing, Shadow Wolf? Which one's your favorite? Alright, so we got all this stuff going on here. That's not much of a battle fleet. You know, we're just gonna go ahead and cycle the turn and just sort of see what happens. Nice. I need to do my Italian campaign again sometime. I was gonna team up with Lorenzo on it, and he just kind of got busy, and so I've just had it on pause for a while. Let's go sink these guys. Boop. And I think we are going to mess up that light cruiser. We should be able to. These Lorenzo destroyers are pretty badass. Germany has a nice location. I don't like their early cruisers that much. I think my favorites so far have been America, Russia, and Japan. The Austro-Hungarian Empire has also been really good. I really liked, and I love Spain. But I think as far as the starting ships, I really like the Austro-Hungarians. All right, how am I going to organize all this stuff? I've got so many. Okay, so you, Bucko, you're going to go run away because you're not really a fighting ship. And then these guys got 17. So we're going to do 5 of you. And do 6 of you. And then you guys have the torpedoes turned off, so I don't want to torpedo myself, because that'd be dumb. Never underestimate how stupid your destroyer captains can be, so you gotta really micromanage these guys. There we go. And so these bad boys here have, I want to have 3 5.9s and a 4.9. Oh, I think my American destroyers have more guns than these guys do. I think my American destroyers have 4 guns. I mean, 4 5.9-inch guns. These guys have just 1 2.9. All right, let's do this. The later German ships are really nice, though. I just don't like the early ones that much. And the starting German battleships are all buggy, as I discovered. So we're going to go chase down this light cruiser. I don't have radio direction finder yet on this game, do I? No. Let's double chase off more this way now. There he is. Alright, so let's see where this guy's going. This looks like a semi-armored cruiser. The American semi-armored cruisers are really nice. He's got 2 big old derp guns. Hey, Shadow Wolf, welcome to Discord. And he's got some of these little 4-inch gun turrets. And a bunch of 3.2s and 3.8 kilometer torpedoes. So, we don't want to get too close. And we're just going to kind of keep our distance, and he's going to go smoke up.
What's up?
Hey, thanks for hanging out. Just getting back to my German campaign. Ooh, that he got hit. Yeah, I don't want to be that close because his torpedoes are going to get me. Yeah, I'm inside his torpedo range already. Let's go back away.
Yeah, like the whole reason why I do 1920s Germany is because they're just like right there in the middle of Europe.
Yeah.
And you could pretty much break out in several ways. You could either go for England and France or Russia.
Oh no, they've got a great starting position.
Yeah.
Although I would argue, in some ways, I almost like the Austro-Hungarian a little bit better because it's easier to defend they've got such a limited sea exposure, you can defend them a little bit better. Although, as far as starting position goes, I really, really like Japan. I really like Japan's starting position because you don't have the major European powers to contend with that much.
Still have to deal with.
You still have what?
China, like America.
Yeah.
Like the U.S.
Yeah, you've got to suck up to the U.S. and then China. China. I don't I don't like China that much. I mean, I think it's early on their ships are kind of cool and stupid, but I don't think they're that powerful.
Yeah.
Let's go ruin this guy's day.
It really, China really was never a military power.
No, they're more of an economic power historically.
Yeah. Like ancient China, that's a different story.
Well, even ancient China wasn't. I mean, they were sort of a naval power, but not.
Yeah.
How fast are the 23 knots? These destroyers are so much faster. I guess what I can do is I'm going to have the destroyer scout ahead. And then these guys are going to screen the destroyers.
Yeah. Well, you know, like China as a military power, they're just all bark. They say their military is great, just really not.
I mean, on a defensive side, I'm sure they'd be good, but I don't. I think the problem that China's always had historically is they didn't have the means to project power. Like, the Mongols projected power. Those guys, they went places. The Romans projected power. As far as ancient times, the Vikings projected power, although they were very small. So the Vikings punched above their weight class. And then modern China, they're all economic.
They just rather worry about their own people not rebelling against them.
Well, because they've got a big headache, to deal with at home anyway. I think.
Yeah.
Now in modern China, like if they want to take Taiwan, that would be very difficult for us to deal with. America's been good at projecting power navally, but like from an army standpoint, we don't. Projecting power with your army is difficult because you need logistics. But like naval power, the Brits were awesome naval power, the French, and then later, and early on, the Spanish were pretty good too, although I think it was mostly the British and French. And then later on, then of course the Americans, we had, we had just enough economy to build up. Because like if you want to be a big naval power, you need a lot of ships. I mean, the Chinese could probably be a big naval power. I think that's what they're trying to do now. But the Russians tried being a naval power, but that didn't work out so well for them. I mean, they're more defensive in nature, but they because they got their butts kicked by the Japanese back around before World War I, right?
Yeah, the war, like the Russo-Japanese War of 1904.
Yeah, where they sailed their ships for like a year all the way around Africa, because they didn't even have the Suez Canal then, did they? Or was the Suez Canal?
No.
I think they had to go all the way around the Horn of Africa, and they finally made it to Vladivostok all exhausted, and then got their butts kicked. And and that probably contributed to the Tsar falling.
Yeah, there's a Blue Jay video about that, like the doomed Russian voyage all the way around. They sailed all the way around.
Just to get killed.
It's just funny.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate. Alright, so we want to piss off China some more this turn also. And did we finish refitting all of these ships? I think we did. We did finish refitting all these ships. Most of them, at least. Let's double check. Because we're still refitting some of our ships. So our Holy Assault ships are ready, for the most part. Alright, so... yeah, these patrol ships are just very limited. So that's all building along. Oh, those are going to be 3 more months to build. All right, well, whatever. They'll get there. Actually, how much over tonnage am I? I am. Hold on, I gotta take this. Alright, I'm back. Yeah, the power outage last night apparently fucked over some stuff at my office, so that's not gonna be fun. Um,
Yeah, it never is.
yeah. So let's see, we've got. I need 100,000 tons of. Let's just suspend all of these guys for the turn. That should solve. All this will be done in 1 month. Yeah. Alright, so let's see what we... Oh. We can start... doing that. Alright.
Man, you gotta be fighting Russia soon.
Yeah. I got Jack's up to like 50%. That'll be fine. Yeah, the big problem is my transport capacity. I want to take out the U.S. first, and maybe I can pick a fight with China, get them taken care of. That's kind of my. It's kind of my short-term hope. Yeah, because I took care of all of this stuff. There's these guys down here, which if the U.S. conquers... They're trying to conquer Brazil. They're not going to. Who's Brazil allied with? Brazil's allied with me, so I could let them conquer Brazil and then I could reconquer it, but that's probably kind of a dick move. I think we'd be better off just sinking their ship. We got that going on. And we've pretty much cleaned out a lot of what do they even have? They have 2 battleships, 4 heavies, a light, and a destroyer. And no allies. I don't even know where the rest of their ships are. Oh, here they are, off the coast of South. Oh, you guys are going to be a real bother here, aren't you? Alright, so... That's a destroyer. And you guys are trying to flee away. So maybe we can chase you. Oh, wait, I have some marauders here? Really? Let's have you kind of go more up here. Let's have you try to intercept that. Alright, so that's not bad. You guys are all trying to go back and forth. That's a cruiser, that's a battleship and a cruiser. That one's going to be a little tough. Oh, excuse me. So I've got 3 marauders ready to go. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to send you guys after him with the destroyers. Let's make sure I don't need to refit anything else. Let me double check something real quick. Because I don't want to send some unrefitted. Yeah, these guys are all ready to go. Okay.
Yeah,
just making sure.
It's hard to fit ships during a war because you never know if you need them.
Yeah. Well, I've got enough of a surplus that I should be fine. At some point I want to get Western United States. I'll be right back again. I have another emergency to deal with. I'm sorry. Alright, let's try this again. I think I'm just never gonna get this stream going today. I've got my buddy staying over. You know, he stays at my house when he's working in this part of this neck of the woods, and he's making some rotel. It was a stupid fly, and he couldn't get the can opener. Died. Hey, Turpits. So the can opener, he had some sort of like regular can opener things, like, hey, the can opener broke. You have another one, because the food's gonna burn if I don't get this rotel going quick. So I'm like, yeah, let me get my can opener. So I bring my pocket knife out with a little can opener attachment on it. And I guess he'd never seen one before. He thought it was just a bottle opener. I was like, well, you can open bottles with that too. And I had to show him how to do a can opener, how to use an old-fashioned can opener. So Turpish screwed up and restarted the date 1900, now 1905. All right. How much tonnage do I have here? And oh, you know what? I might. Do I chase this destroyer down here? Or do I send? You know what I ought to do? I ought to send these holy assault ships up. Here to North America. And
that was a nice little heart check when you came back.
You go get those guys going. You doing all right?
Oh, yes.
Yep.
It's Gulf of Alaska. Who's allied with Canada? I am. That's why I can't invade them. Okay.
Oh, did they ever figure out what caused most of the city to lose power there?
I have no
Last
idea. OG&E just says we're working on it, so that's all I got. So we're working on it is what we got. I wonder if I can chase these guys. Let's try that. Alright, so we got those guys going. All the American ships are around here somewhere. They're all hanging out. And I don't have... Oh, here's a guy in West Africa. Alright. What do I have? I don't have anybody in West Africa. I have anybody in Central Atlantic? I do. Who do I have in the Central Atlantic? I've got these guys. And you are a light cruiser, so that's a job for the destroyer team. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then destroyer team number 2 go out to about here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that's a battleship. I don't really want to fight the... I got 13-inch guns on this thing. I might be able to take the battleship. They're veterans. Alright, let's see if we can... There we go. We're going to send that group out there to go and try and ruin his day. Alright, so hopefully this will... Is this conquesting going well? That is. Alright, hopefully this will work. Maybe, Turpitz, if the game goes that long. I've already got, because I'm building a shitload of these Marauders, and I'm super happy with them. I don't know if the game's going to make it to 1925. To be honest.
They've basically been kicking backside and taking names to where there'll be nobody left to fight by 1925.
Well, I don't know. The U.S. will probably be smushed by then. So this guy... That's a big cruiser. I've got all these patrol boats. Let's see if we can take him out with all my swarm of patrol boats. I mean, you can certainly help me design one if you want. I just can't promise it'll be built in time, because usually your battleships take years to build. But you are more than welcome to help me design one. I'm pretty sure that I already have the fleet I need to... I mean, I have enough ships now that I'll be able to beat the Americans, and I'll be able to use that same fleet to take out the Russians, and the Chinese don't really count. Alright, so we have you guys. How are we going to do all of this? So I've got my line of cruisers and I've got my line of destroyers. And I think what I'm going to do, if I can get you to click, would you please select... Holy shit, you stupid game. Can I really hate that I can't click past these stupid cards. Or the little explanation. There we go.
A wild Canadian has appeared.
Oh, hey, we do have a wild Canadian. Hey, Vorgath.
Howdy.
So I'm going to have you guys screen the destroyers. And the destroyers are going to turn off their torpedoes because I don't trust you. And we're going to go looking for a battleship, or for a cruiser, or whatever it is that we're... I don't even remember. It took me so long to select all these ships, I don't even remember what we're fighting. Alright, so let's go... Yeah, so those guys are screening. Okay, good. So we're going to go hunt this guy down.
Yeah, that should be one of the essential truths of the universe. Never trust a destroyer captain.
That's right. So that's why we always turn off torpedoes, because these guys cannot be trusted. Alright, there we go. So this guy is about to have a really rough day. He is a single cruiser by himself with pretty good torpedoes. He's got pretty good armor. That's nice armor. Four belt's a little bit lacking, but you know, nice armor. His balance is a little bit wonky. He goes kind of fast. He got these 6-inch guns and these big these big 7.8 derp turrets on the side, or casemates. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to turn sharply and keep our distance, and we're going to rain bullshit on you until you catch on fire. What's the range of my torpedo? I've got a 6... Holy crap, I got 6-kilometer torpedoes. I could torpedo him, but so far just my volley of all these 5.9-inch guns is working. I used to not like 5.9s on destroyers because of the just stupid gun recoil. I mean, look over here, this just ridiculous gun recoil that I'm getting. But it's kind of growing on me, because I can just sit back, and even if they're not accurate because of the gun recoil, you just throw enough stuff at the wall and something's going to stick. Meanwhile, my cruisers, now that the destroyer's spotted, you know, their cruiser, my cruiser, is going to start just firing. Ooh, that almost hit me, didn't it?
And I usually never increase my guns. Like, I never do, like, certain gun up with, like, you know, what you do.
I just play around with. So one of the reasons I do it is like, especially early on, when if I have the option, for example, if I have the option of a Mark III 13-inch gun or a Mark II 14-inch gun, I can take the 13-inch gun, make it a 13.9, and have it be a Mark III, and it'll be better than the Mark II 14-inch gun and almost as good as a Mark III 14-inch gun. And so with these 5.9s, for example, I like having them as big as I can, in this case just to go cruiser hunting. Now the reason I do the 2.9s is the small gun barrel enhancements scale differently than the larger ones. So anything 2 inches, anything under 3 inches has a kind of a different set of technology enhancements, and it can. Oh, you're pretty screwed. And it can make a big difference sometimes. And so that's why a lot of times I'll do the 2.9s instead of a 3-inch, or even if they're the same tech level. But a lot of times I'm just trying to get the larger caliber gun with the better tech that only works with the smaller caliber gun. Or I'll do it because I want certain gun turret geometries where the turret will massively change. So like the 5.9 still looks like a 5-inch gun, but once you go to the 6-inch, now it has that bigger gun turret, and it doesn't always fit, for example. So a lot of times I'm thinking kind of along those lines. We lost some transports. Sure, Brazil, you can have some torpedo boats. And we pissed off China, that's good.
I usually leave my guy like turrets how they are, like with the range.
Yeah.
And I just usually go max caliber because that's pretty much range, pretty much adding range.
Well, if you increase the gun diameter, it increases range. The barrel length increases range. What do we have here for invading? So Western USA is 294,000 tons to invade, which I would like to get Western USA because that would lock out a lot of stuff. I don't know if I have enough ships over here to do it. It's like 300,000 tons of stuff. So I've got 76,000 here. And I've got another... I've got some tonnage here, but not... So let's see, I've got 126. So I've got about 200,000 tons. So I'm short quite a bit, actually. Where are these other ships? Where are these other marauders getting built at? You guys are getting built in Santa Cruz, which doesn't help me very much. Yeah, I need another 100,000 tons in the Pacific Ocean. I don't know how to get it there. Because I don't have the... I don't have the canal. What's my current highest caliber? I'm doing 13.9s. Because I don't think I have the 14s yet. I might have just gotten the 14s. Yeah, so I'm doing 13.9s, the Mark III 13.9s. And I can win the game with 13.9s, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, the other reason why I don't increase the inch is because of weight.
Yeah. I mean, it's a balancing act to make the ship. You know, there's no... There's your pros and cons.
Yeah.
Now, one option is I could take out Eastern North America instead, because I've got 236,000 tons here. I've got lots of tonnage. So maybe I just take out Eastern USA. I really want to grab Western USA, but I don't think I have the means to. He's got 1% army logistics. So it'd be nice if my army would get off their ass and you know, fucking do something. That'd be awfully nice. On the other hand, if I do take over the East Coast, then I can basically just walk over here to Western USA. Usually I like to get Western USA for... Oh, unless... Ha ha ha, what do I have over here? I have 181,000. I have tons. So I could take you guys. Alright, here's what we're going to do. I have... Where are you guys at? So I've got you guys here. So that's 126,000 tons. So we can send you guys over to California. Boop. Because we're not going to worry about these guys anytime soon. North Oceania doesn't have anything. South Oceania doesn't have anything. And Southeast Asia has a lot of stuff. East Asia... Oh, East Asia has all the things. Alright, where's... You guys are going to go to California. Boop. And... I bet I could send one more... Hold on, I'll be right back.
I had to go pull my clothes out of the dryer. I take it Bob's having to deal with work again.
Sorry about that. My friend who is staying with me, he was making food, and the food was ready, and he needed a little bit of help getting all that dealt with. So I had to go into the kitchen for a minute and help acquire food. All right, so we are...
Yeah, I had to take off and go get my clothes out of the dryer. Right there, and I come back, and looks like everybody else is left out of Discord now.
Oh, you know, well, it happens. All right,
Yep.
So I got these two guys heading over there. That's 120,000 tons. Another 120,000 tons. Is there another East Asia? These guys. I'm going to send you guys over to California as well. I'll leave the patrol ships. Send these. That'll be more than sufficient to take care of the west coast. And then meanwhile, we are going to nail probably southern. Ouch, 318,000 tons. That's, do I have 318,000? I got 230. Oh, yeah, I got it. Alright, we're going to get southern seaboard. Okay. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How many ships do I have total? I have 17. Alright, so we're gonna 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll give them so those guys, and then have you guys go. go. Send the extra battleships. There we go. That'll take care of that. And then you guys are going to go here. That should be more than sufficient. Okay, on the research side, that's chugging along. Yeah, I like fast ships. I like fast ships and I cannot lie. Now at some point I'm going to have to deal with the Russians. So it wouldn't be a bad idea to start getting ready for that. There's going to be a bit of a mess in the Black Sea. And I got to deal with the Ottomans, so I've got about 100,000 tons I can commit to. We're gonna go put these. I mean, 25 knots is a little, because keep in mind my current battleships right now are going 27.5, so that's 25 is a little slow. You know, I like to be approaching 28 to 30 if I can. $12. Ah. I want to put these guys. I do Madagascar. I really want something in the Cyprus. Here we go. We're going to put you guys in Cyprus.
Yeah, 15 main guns. That sounds like 5 triple turrets.
Yeah, that's... I would probably rather have 4 main gun turrets and the speed. Or the 3, because I'm not going to be fighting other battleships. I'm mostly going to be fighting cruisers. Because what usually screws over my ships are these enemy light cruisers. It's just a matter of hunting them down. I have to be fast. I mean, most of my effort's going to be spent on, honestly, destroyers at this point. You know, a lot of it's just trying to patrol I wonder if I were to put just a line of ships between Antarctica and...
Also, there's a question. Do you have the advanced triple turrets yet?
Well, he's talking about in 1915.
Yeah. It should have it by then, but, you know, it's saying, you know...
Will I have it by then? Who knows?
Yeah. Yeah, Joe.
Because most of my time is just chasing down these individual little cruisers. That's what sinks my transports. So probably the next big thing I need to build is a really fast heavy cruiser. Nope, no alliance with the Soviets. Yeah, I'd love to have a 32-knot heavy cruiser.
Or a 32-knot battle cruiser.
Yeah. But something that goes 32 knots. What was that, what was the really fast, battle cruiser that the Germans had, like the Gneisenau or whatever?
Starnhorst and a Gneisenau.
Yeah, Stromhorst. Yeah, I'm looking for more something like that.
If I remember correctly, the Germans were able to crank those things up to like 35 knots. They could get them going so fast that with the bow arrangement they had on them.
Yeah.
The bow wave would come up through the anchor wells and just flood the freaking main deck all the way back to the first turret right there.
Yeah, so I mean, ideally I'd like something... Ooh, that's not nice. You know, ideally I want something that's going to be, you know, ridiculously fast for the purposes of hunting down, you know, light cruisers and destroyers and stuff. Because that's what I'm lacking right now.
Yeah. Yeah, memory serves, they had 3 triple 11-inch turrets. And the secondaries, they had a mix of like 5.9s and I believe 4-inch guns.
Yeah. In my case, I'd probably go with the cruiser with 11.9s. Just have them as big as I can. And then probably some 5.9s or 6 inches, something like that for the secondaries. But the big thing would be getting 32 knots. Because I want to be able to catch destroyers. This poor, unfortunate light cruiser is going to have a really bad day.
Five 5.9s or 6 inches would usually be big enough to give light cruisers a hard time as well.
He fired torpedoes at me. Let's go dodge that. I think he might hit one. Oh, there we go. Ah, the end of the battle saved me. Ha ha ha. But yeah, that's really what I'm in the market for now. Because I can take down a battleship by swarming it with my destroyers. get Western India? I did. Let's have you guys... Actually, who owns India? Persia does. Who's allied with Persia? The Soviets. Okay.
Turpitz is asking how important armor is.
Kind of important. I mean, it's, you know, we're basically looking at, you know, we're going to be fighting other cruisers, and mostly light cruisers and destroyers is the target. So, you know, I want to be able to stop 5 and 6 inch guns, but I'm not worried about battleship guns or heavy cruiser guns.
Probably like main built enough to stop like 5 and 6 inch, or I'd say 5 to 7 inch AP, and then like the ends enough to make it kind of hard for the same calibers of HE to, you know, set you on fire there.
Yeah. There's no repairs. I'm just a little bit over, huh? All right, so I guess we will suspend you. Yeah, the internet's all fucked at my store. I'm surprised that that didn't, oh, cause, okay, yeah, they're a little bit big. No problem. Alright, so we need to piss off the Chinese some more. And how are we going to... So we caught these guys. Where are you guys going? You guys, so you're retreating back. So we're going to try and catch you here. You guys are going to try and catch them here also. You guys, I'm going to try and catch them here. And then these guys are still chugging south. These are got a battleship there. Where's this invasion zone at? So you guys need to go inside the invasion zone. Yeah, so the internet at the office is all screwed up now. So I've got to go figure that out later. I'm not looking forward to it.
hopefully a loss of power didn't make something become non-functional there.
No, I don't think so. It looks everything's all right. Have you guys go hang out here also.
They did last night for most of the city, including
Yeah, I was there for that.
yeah.
Yeah, we took it pretty hard.
Yeah, I know. What was it, about 15 years ago almost, where Duke Power had a momentary hiccup on power and dropped it for like about 5 or 10 seconds and immediately snapped it back on. It managed to blow a couple fuses on the control boards for our heat pump and air handler, and made that go completely nuts, to where, like, the middle of the summer when it's like 80 some degrees outside and the heat pump was like freezing up solid with ice.
So you guys are going to try and hunt down this battleship. You guys just going to all help in the line.
Morning, everybody.
Good morning. How you doing, JP?
Good afternoon.
I'm awake, and also good afternoon as well.
Right on. Would you not be attacking me, please? I mean, I don't mind if you attack me if you'll let me invade you back, but you won't, because you're, like, allied with one of my buddies.
Yeah, for some reason, JP, you said that, it reminded me of that old recruiting commercial I think they had for the Army back in the day. It says, oh, we get more stuff done before 9 a.m. than most people do all day. And I was like, yeah, because you, sorry, so-and-sos keep waking us up at 3 in the morning.
That's right.
Exactly.
Now let's see if I can turn on that other Marauder now. If it'll let me. Nope, it won't. Not yet. Alright, here we go. It was like, well, you're gonna get what you're gonna get. You know, Turpits, as long as you can make something that goes 32 knots and has sufficient firepower to sink light cruisers, I will be happy. All right, here we go. Oh, yeah, my battleships did their job, baby. Actually, it's probably the destroyers doing their job to find the battleships. Now my battleships will sink it. Big Iron's back on the menu, boys. Okay.
19,000 tons. That almost sounds like a pre-dreadnought there.
That's what they've got. So,
Yep. Oh, wait a minute. They actually got what?
I don't know if I want to keep the. I'm gonna have the. Would you guys please select? Thank you. If you scout.
Oh, my trainer wants me to make a video going over the presentation, but
All right. So what's going to happen?
Nobody's giving me co-host to do that.
I don't know if you can actually make it go 32 knots in 1915, because you need the modern cruiser to be able to do 32 knots, I think.
Also, the matter of what level of propulsion you've got.
I've got geared turbines, so I should be okay. Those American cage masts and their good spotting. I am jealous. Alright, let's see what this guy had. Ow! He hit me first try. Alright, so this guy has... No, that's an American early Dreadnought. It's got 4 twin 12-inch gun turrets. Versus my 3 twin 13.9s. Destroyers, I can already tell you that you don't want any part of that. What's going to happen? So we're going to have you guys kind of stay.
Oh, and it's on low fuel as well.
Yes, yes, it is. Oh yeah, look at that 360-degree rear turret, baby. Ow! That hurt. It's okay. It's 3-on-1. We're gonna win. Except for some reason, there's a cruiser there. Alright, so how about... Oh, we can go tear up the cruiser real quick. This cruiser... I have a nice little cruiser. He's just not that tough. Ah, hold on a minute. Ah, something's in my eye. There we go. Yeah, so he's... Yeah, so these guys are doing okay. I'm going to take it a little bit hard dealing with that cruiser, because that battleship's going to hit me. Alright, so this cruiser is... Alright, he's done. So, time for main gun turrets to focus on you, please. And... I don't want to fire my torpedoes this way because I'm going to hit my buddy. So we're going to go double back. I'm just going to let the secondaries finish him off. There we go. Alright, so... You have underwater torpedoes tubes, don't you? Yeah, but they're short range. Okay. Yeah, better guns is better than more guns in this case. Well, I've got more guns because I got 3 ships worth of guns. Alright, there we go. That takes care of that. Double or triple barrel is fine. Either is fine. You know, I would say whatever's going to be the most accurate. Because the speed's the most important thing. It doesn't matter how many guns you have if you're late to the party. Here we go. Sometimes what I do for interceptor cruisers is I'll just do 2 gun turrets up front, and I don't even worry about rear turrets because they're chasing. Oh, excuse me. You know, because they're going to be chasing the enemy, so I'll just use the back for secondary. For secondary guns. While we're hunting this down, let's go see how our oh, hello there. We found you. At least we found your guns. Are you also low on fuel? You are low on fuel. You know what that means? We are going to go ahead and actually fire torpedoes at you. Let's just see if they actually hit. I don't know if they will or not. I don't think my torpedoes are going to hit. I just thought I'd fire the torpedoes just so my destroyer captains could feel like they were actually piloting destroyers and not just little gunboats.
We're participating.
We're participating, yeah.
We need a medal. And
The
a trophy.
the torpedo gunners are sad because they never get to do anything. Alright, torpedo gunners, we're going to go into battle now. You guys start making food for later.
They're the ones that get sent for pizza.
That's right. Just whatever you do, don't launch any torpedoes that accidentally hit us.
And that's the problem. They do that if you don't watch them constantly.
Yeah. Well, you know, it'd be funny. I wonder if I can make a destroyer that's faster than the torpedo. Put like a really slow torpedo on. Make a destroyer faster than the torpedo, so you'd hit yourself with your own torpedo.
I'll bet you could.
Those poor torpedo men go on and said, man, we never get to fight or anything. Said all we end up doing all day long is sitting around polishing these things.
Yeah. Well, I mean, these torpedoes only go 32.3 knots, so I mean, I could have a 33 knot. I mean, I go 32.8. I could theoretically hit my own torpedoes. Wouldn't surprise me.
Way back when they first came out with UAD, like when it was just some of the, got it on a very early access,
Yeah.
where it was just basically some of the Naval Academy missions. They had one where you had to build like 2 or 3 torpedo boats and go sink one battleship. And I managed to make the torpedo boats go like about 30, 32 knots.
Nice.
But the early torpedoes only did like 28. So the first time I tried it, I actually launched a spread of torpedoes and then went to change course.
And hit them.
And yes, I actually ran into my own torpedoes and sank the torpedo.
That's wonderful.
So yes, you can do it if you got the real early torpedoes that still only do like about 26 or 28 knots, and you can make a torpedo boat that goes like 30 or 32 or some amount faster.
Right on. Alrighty. So, we have, that's going quite well. Oh, you guys could, join the party too if you want. Alright, so, it is Invade America Again time. We go for Western USA. But it'll take a little bit for my other ships to get there. Or they're going to be there in 2 turns. So what I could do instead is invade like Costa Rica. Let's see something. What's going on here? These guys are, I mean, I could just try to take that over. I don't know if I could take it over fast enough for the Brazilians just ate it. I could potentially take it over. Steal the Brazilians' thunder. It'd be a 3-turn conquer, probably.
Brazilians allied with anyone?
They're allied with me.
Oh, okay.
No. What?
Do that.
Oh. Right on.
Let's see how that goes. Still building. How's my R&D coming along? These are doing fine. Yeah, we'll just keep doing that. All right. Yep, 32 knots is the minimum, Turpus. You can go 33 or 34 if you can do it.
One have shake it out, gosh, but it's clean now. Except to have that expert I was telling you about. And do you know where my got put?
Yes, I do.
Have it?
So there's a lone battleship. This guy's going to have a bit of trouble to navigate.
Yeah.
I wonder if 10 destroyers can take out a battle. Well, these guys are low on fuel.
Fed.
We'll just have you guys just keep patrolling. Alright, here we go. We'll take those guys out. Oh. Not quite who I wanted to meet the battleship. Now that's the question. Can my patrol boats take down this battleship? That'll be a tough fight. He's green. We're going to try it. This is going to be a tough fight, I think. Because that battleship's going to be a little bit tough for my small ships.
Going by that one other one you ran into, apparently he's got some probably like Mark III, possibly better 12-inch guns there. From the way
Yeah.
he was managing to tear everything up last time.
My guys are a little beat up, and weather's kind of shit. You know, we're going to leave, actually. I don't want to fight him while I'm hurt. We'll wait till my marauders can take care of it. Because I don't think he's going to get me by himself. 'Cause he's a little slow, I think.
What?
But yeah, we'll take out... yeah. Because that single battleship with no escorts isn't going to be that tough. So 2 more turns. Oh, they're gonna take it. Damn. Yeah, they're gonna take it. All right. So there's that cruiser. Here's the battleship. So my battleship is going to try and hit your battleship. Let's have you guys go into repair, actually. Okay. Let's try that out. Oh, it's coming along all right. And that's coming along good. These guys will be there soon. Alright, everything's coming along pretty good. There we go, we caught him. That's what we're looking for. That right there is what we're looking for. Yeah, I mean, ideally you want to have some secondaries on that because it's primarily targeting small, fast ships. So, like, even if you had, like, 2 twin turrets up front and then the rest secondaries, that'd be fine, too. Just as long as it can go 32 knots is the big thing. But, like, you can do two twin turrets up front and a twin turret in the back. And that'd be fine. But any back turret should be able to rotate 360 if possible. Just because you want to be able to have those sharp angles because you're going to be chasing stuff. Alright, so...
Come on, we all know it's because you really want to like doing 360 no-scope.
Yeah. Alright, there we go. Little speedboat destroyers. It could even theoretically be a light cruiser, but I'd rather be a heavy. And the reason I wanted to go 32 knots is I want to be able to have it team up with my Lorenzo destroyers to go hunt stuff down. Are you low on fuel also? I bet you are. You are. I know, because you don't have a Panama Canal yet. Let's go fire these torpedoes off. I don't think we got a flood yet. I don't think we... Well, that must have been from a gun, because we didn't hit him with the torpedo yet. How did you... Son of a bitch. Was that one shot? Did he just get fucking one-shotted? I think you just got fucking one-shotted. The hell took you out? Wow, look at that. Aft belt penetration, 28,000 damage from a 7.8. Holy shit. That was a single shot. How the hell did it hit that hard?
Wow.
Wow! That wasn't even an ammo explosion or anything. This guy that's sinking is still going like... He's still chugging along. Son of a bitch. Is this not the same? Not the same cruiser. Well, that's not good. I may have to bail. I mean, I should be able to take him because my patrol boat should be able to take him. That must have just been a really damn lucky shot. That sucks. You guys are gonna turn like that. Because these destroyers have maximum bulkheads and everything. He must have just blown the ship in half. That was nuts. How many times did he hit me? Yeah, because that was his only real hit. That one shot, that 28,000 damage. So he only hit me one good time. Unless, I mean, look at the flooding all the way through. So he must have hit the aft belt and it just went flying right through the entire destroyer. Like right down the middle or something. That's insane.
I wonder if that was like a super heavy shell or something.
I don't know. I mean... I don't know. It was a 7.8-inch shell. But yeah, he only got one hit, one flood, one fire, just boom. Killed 80% of the crew right there. Holy crap. That was awful. So I rescued 21 of the guys. How many people are on that to begin with? 99. Alright. That was messy. That was pretty rough. Still not enough. In 3 turns, these export ships will be done. Then I can probably do it. Man, I feel violated after taking that hit. What's the problem, Turpits?
So, you know how you said you wanted it fast and well armed, right?
Well, fast is the most important. It needs to be sufficiently armed to take out light cruisers.
Yeah, I think I have it covered. I want to hear it.
Sure.
35 knots.
30. I like that.
7 dual 11-inch guns. 38 singular 2-inch guns and 28 triple 2-inch guns.
How do you fit in 7? Is this a cruiser or is this a battleship?
This is a battle cruiser.
Okay.
And it has a 5-inch belt with a 2-inch inner belt.
Well, that's all right. I mean, it's. I was kind of hoping for a heavy cruiser instead of a battle cruiser, but.
Are those 2-inch guns 2.9s? And if they're not, they need to be.
So saith JP.
Let's see if tonnage will allow it. Or if I would need to drop something.
Well, it doesn't need 7 twin turrets.
Sure it does. Everything needs a lot of guns.
Well, keep in mind, I need these to be cheap so I can build a lot of them because they're there to lead my destroyer packs to hunt down enemy destroyers and light cruisers.
They only cost 550 million a pop.
Yes. Yeah, try making a. How big are these things? These are probably sound like they're like 50,000 tons or something.
Only 31,000 tons.
It's not bad.
And they would take 22 months to build.
Not bad. Ah. I'm gonna stretch my legs for just a moment. I mean, send me the design. I'm curious. I'm curious what monstrosity you built. I'm gonna go stretch my legs, grab a Coke, and I'll be right back.
Well, I just dropped the speed to 34 knots, so... I wonder what monstrosity I can make for a heavy cruiser in this time period.
Sounds like Bob only wants to worry about taking out light cruisers. So a heavy cruiser using 6.9-inch turrets and all the speed, something might be a good thing.
All I heard was fast, some armor, and make it American. Oh, brother. So, what's the biggest large armored cruiser? Maybe 1,000 tons, maybe? Big?
How many?
15,000 tons.
Good weight for a heavy cruiser.
Alright, I am back.
Also, do you want unbalanced rudders or semi-balanced rudders?
I like the unbalanced. See what you can do for a heavy cruiser, because I was hoping something for more like in the 20,000 ton or less range. You know, it doesn't have to be huge, because I don't want to take, because I want to build a lot of these. You know, because these guys are going to be leading my. I mean, honestly, even a light cruiser, I might go with a light cruiser. So one of the things that I do, Turpitz, is whenever I'm building a ship, I'm building it specifically to solve a problem. I'm not just building it so I can build a cool thing. You know, I'm trying to solve a specific problem. In this case,
What you're saying is you aren't me.
I'm not you. No, that is correct. Let's go try and hunt you down. Now these guys, that battleship's going to be troublesome.
Yeah. I remember what the British were thinking of doing around about 1912, 1913, because their battle cruisers were getting so big, expensive, they were getting to be capital ships, and they couldn't afford to build enough of them to farm out to all the different parts of the world. What they were looking at doing was making something, I think about what he mentioned, large armored cruisers, something about
15, 20,000 tons.
15, 20,000 tons. It was going to be like 28 knots oil fired. It was going to be basically a large armored cruiser, 4 twin 9.2 inch guns, and then about 8 total 6 inch guns, 4 to a side. And that was going to be their, basically dreadnought armored cruiser that would take care of, anything short of a frickin' battle cruiser. That was what they were looking at building in 1912.
Yeah.
They said, well, that's going to be 2/3 the cost of a full-up battle cruiser, so nah.
Because specifically, now which of these is it going to be in? San Diego's 98,000 tons, 147. I should be San Francisco where it attacks. I'm going to gamble on San Francisco. Okay, so... yeah, because mostly I'm just trying to protect my transports. So like a single battleship sailing around, I've got battleships that can hunt them down. The problems, or a big heavy fleet, the problems that, the individual cruiser, the individual light cruiser have you guys go back to West Africa. You guys are doing just peachy. Let's go there. All right.
6.9 is correct.
Anything in the 5-inch to 6-inch. I mean, 6.9s are fine for secondaries.
No, for the heavy cruiser for the mains.
Oh, for a heavy cruiser.
Yeah.
Well, ideally, I'd like 8, between 8 and 11-inch, preferably 9 to 11-inch guns.
Well, then why don't you just do the battle cruiser? That already has 11-inch guns on it.
Because the battle cruiser costs $500 billion, and is gigantic. And so,
one other thing to remember too, Bob, if you're concerned about cost, scaling up the next lower caliber up to like a, whatever .9 is going to cost way more per.
Oh yeah.
gun.
I'm less worried about cost and more worried about tonnage because I want to be able to build a lot of these, and I have a limited shipbuilding capacity.
Well, if you're worried, dang it.
Because I don't need a battle cruiser to hunt down a light cruiser. I mean, I could. Battle cruisers are great, like raider ships, just for going out there and just causing lots of trouble.
Yeah, we're gonna do a mean build. Why not?
All of your stuff is a meme build.
Singular 6-inch gun turret on the bow. Then we go to secondaries. Go to 5-inch. Do you want 5-inch dual or 5-inch triple?
Either way.
We'll go dual because they are more accurate and lighter by like 6 tons.
I conquered it before I could conquer it. Oh, we're going after southern Algeria. That's nice.
Yeah, I think the problem is there's several different ways you could design a ship to tackle this problem. That's part of the thing, deciding which is going to be the best way.
But the idea is I want to be able to build a lot of them. Now, if I go the battle cruiser route, then I'd have like a single battle cruiser leading a bunch of destroyers. I mean, either way, I'd probably only have like 1 or 2 of these guys leading a wolf pack of destroyers. Let's go piss off China some more. Alright, so that is looking good. Nice. We are going to get southern United States. Or West Coast. So then the next target is going to be to start grabbing up some of these guys. Should have just gone for Costa Rica.
Good. When you take California, make sure to put Newsom in jail.
Oh, don't think he's alive yet. Don't think he's alive yet. See if we can hunt this guy down. And you guys, you're kind of beat up. We're going to go send you to repair. Actually, no, we're going to go hunt you down too.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of Newsom, see the little thing to where the feds actually arrested his chief of staff?
I did not hear about that.
Yeah.
For mortgage fraud again?
For something, I didn't really go into the article and see what the specific charges were, but, it said they took his chief of staff into custody.
When they were going after the mob, when they were going after Al Capone, because they couldn't catch him, they couldn't get him on all the bad stuff they knew he was doing, they took him down for insurance fraud, just because they had to get him for whatever they were trying to get him, whatever they could get him for. And that might be what Trump's trying to do with some of his opponents.
Yeah, because considering how long he was a businessman and dealt with those same people, he knows where the skeletons are buried.
Oh, without a doubt. Well, there are certain crimes that people of a certain caliber generally all commit, and it's not that hard to figure out who's doing
Mine.
what.
Bob.
Yeah.
In order to make this meme build work, I have to make the heavy cruiser go 30 knots.
Gotta be 32. That's the most important requirement. You know why it's 32? Because my destroyers go 32. Actually,
What's wrong with the heavy cruiser being 2 knots slower?
because then the destroyers slow down. Because I don't want to have to. I want to be able to just group them into one blob and make it easy for me to control. I mean, the destroyers go 32.8, so 32.8 would be ideal, but 32 is kind of the minimum.
Is that even with like trying to shave some off the beam, or?
Let's see, if I make this 32... Oh, I need to start off like over 2,000 tons to make this work.
Ouch.
Yeah, well, I mean, for a heavy cruiser, you're gonna be making these things, 10,000 tons plus. Probably 10 to 15,000 tons would be my guess. Do I want to one-on-one this destroyer? Yes.
What does a light cruiser have normally for armor anyways?
Garbage. Usually no more than like 3 inches. The semi-armored cruisers can have pretty decent armor.
God, these things can only pen up 2.2. Gosh dang it. Right, actually, what if we go to the other hole? That gives us more hull form, more floatability, more resistance, and more sustained speed while turning.
Well, when you look at the ship hull, when you're choosing the hull, you can look at their optimum speed, and that optimum speed will give you an idea how fast you can make it go without too much trouble.
Okay, well, this one can go up to 27, so 15,000 tons.
Yes, those last couple extra knots that are the real bitch. That's why I signed it. That's why I gave you that challenge. And these are analog to real world, or analogous to real world problems, where you're going to have some just absolute requirement that you have to be able to match, and it'll be a little bit of a pain to do it. That transport's screwed.
5-inch bell, 1-inch jet, 1-inch superstructure, 5-inch conning tower.
Let's do a little drive-by on that. Now the real question is, do I want to try and sink the destroyer? Yeah, probably. I know the destroyer's somewhere over this way.
Oh, it turns out that was his former chief of staff, indicted on 23 federal felony fraud charges.
All right.
Allegations of conspiracy to defraud the government, filing false tax returns, and making false statements to the FBI. Whoops.
That's what they went after General Flynn for, is false statements to the FBI. Oh. You know, I don't want to screw with it. I'm just gonna end it here. That'll be good enough. I'd like to hunt down that destroyer, but one-on-one destroyer fights, that's too close to a fair fight. East Coast is going well. West Coast is going well. So time for Costa Rica. Actually, probably Nicaragua. So we have a chance of 9,000 guys in there. They got a lot of... Yeah, we'll get Costa Rica. That should be enough. Where'd this battleship... Oh, the battleship made it out, huh? Alright, bucko.
Oh my gosh, it's gonna be a lot of 6-inch guns.
It's gonna be a lot of what?
6-inch guns.
Can I... There we go. I finally resume that. There we go. Yeah, America's just about done for. How many other ships do they have? They just have the one battleship, one cruiser, and one destroyer. So they're not really doing too much. Oh, what's that? That's your cruiser. So let's have these guys. I'm just going to send you all after him and just try and take him out. Okay. That should be all right. Boop.
And you said semi-balanced rudder, right?
I like the unbalanced. I mean, semi-balanced is all right, but I prefer unbalanced because it slows you down when you're trying to dodge torpedoes. Well, the Holy Assault ships get their day, their time to shine. Let's do this. Alright, here we go. Go Holy Assault ships. You like these turrets. Got a big old 13-inch derp gun up front. Some 6.9 center lines and...
Hold on, let me go see. I'm gonna pull up the stream again.
These are those old ships that were super glitchy.
And then
They've got the 13.9 or the 13-inch. It's a straight up 13-inch up front, and a whole bunch of. You got 6.9 center line guns, and then 5.9s on each side, and then a whole bunch of 2.9s in the casemates. I originally intended to have these just have a whole crap ton of 2.9s, but the ship is glitched, so if any of the centerline guns get penetrated, it detonates the engines. Oh, did you already fire a torpedo? You did. That's not good. There we go. So we dodged that torpedo. So I just have to keep it kind of angled and protected from whatever this cruiser has, this 8-inch. Oh, he's got, this one's, he upgraded his ship. He's got the 8-inch centerline guns now. Good job, cruiser. That's really nice. Got really nice armor. Oh yeah, that's a nice ship. A little too slow.
You would be able to punch more armor.
Dodge that torpedo.
What can you like? 4.2 inches of armor. That's not that bad.
Where? On your ship or on?
The ship I'm designing.
Yeah, the cruiser. Yeah. There we go. You're in a lot of trouble now, buddy.
Interesting.
What are you coming up with?
I can have 23 dual 6-inch guns and have it go 33 knots.
That sounds pretty cool. That is interesting. I'd be very curious to see that. This is for a heavy cruiser? That's definitely interesting. Okay. We got the southern seaboard. So that's good. These guys are cadets, and we're... Alright, let's go take these guys out. I mean,
Okay,
lots of little guns will be good for taking out destroyers. You sent me a screenshot?
I'm taking the screenshot right now.
Okay. Let me know when you have it ready. I'll take a look at it.
Oh, the 8's reloaded in 18.7 seconds. Oh, sorry, the 6 is reloaded in 18.7 seconds. But you're throwing so much at the problem, it shouldn't matter. Okay, let's see, there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, like 26 6-inch shells going on to target on a broadside, so...
Is the center line 6 inches, or are they going up and down the
center
side?
line and side.
Okay. Alright, so let's go shoot up some transform.
Well, now that I've done that for you, I gotta go back to my campaign.
Alright.
After I send the screenshot.
Alright, let's go shoot that destroyer, please. I do not want to get too close because these destroyers are going to have pretty good torpedoes, 6-kilometer torpedoes. And my torpedoes are also 6.1. So let's go and get a little distance.
There we go. Just sent them in the Ultimate Admiral Dreadnought chat.
Alright, let me take a quick look real quick. The Ultimate Admiral Dreadnought chat, we're... I don't want to go to a voice channel. There we go.
I'm gonna go hop off voice chat and go into the stream.
Oh, this is very interesting. Yeah. Let's go take a... How do I... Let's go open this up. Alright, so that's... The engine efficiency is not ideal, but that's a lot of... I'm surprised you fit so many guns on there. So that's your battle cruiser. That's impressive. And then... So this is your heavy cruiser. Alright. That is definitely a meme ship. Probably a more efficient way you could have built that, but that is definitely very memey. I appreciate it. JP, are you seeing this? Mitchell? Oh, he's gone. Mitchell, are you seeing this monstrosity that Turpitz came up with?
Oh, yes.
That is... I'm proud of you, Turpitz. You did a good job.
That thing could be a nightmare for an entire destroyer squadron.
Oh yeah. Alrighty.
So it lets you put 6-inch main guns on it there, or?
Yeah, heavy cruisers can have 6-inch main guns. You able to hit them? I guess not. Alright, so this is going to be a little problematic. On the other hand, we are running away from them, so they're going to have a harder time launching torpedoes at us, because their torpedoes are only 32 knots, so we're faster than their torpedoes. So let's go tear up these guys really quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so yeah, so let's get these 2 straggler ships. Ooh, I got hit. I killed a guy, too. They killed Kenny. You bastard. Alright, so now we're going to head back over there to where the other transports are. Alright, let's go hit that destroyer, please. And you're still going to have a hard time shooting me because I'm faster than you are. And I'm ahead of you, so your torpedoes can't catch me easily. Yeah, because I'm faster than your destroyers are. And I'm faster than your torpedoes, which is super duper important. So you can really only catch me with a torpedo if I'm chasing you, which is sort of what you want me to do. So now we're going to a little bit of the danger zone here. Now you guys aren't low on fuel. You're not going that fast either.
I hate to say it, but I'm gonna have to. After nearly 40 years, I'm gonna have to call it quits with Geico tomorrow.
Oh, what's going on?
Well, I gave them one more chance. I went to the online website for Geico and changed everything to where it's just the Jeep with liability insurance, and they were still wanting like $430 every 6 months.
Yeah, I was thinking of changing off of Geico. Not because I'm unhappy with Geico or anything, but more that one of my customers has an insurance company, and they're through some other company, and he's been a good customer, so I may just switch to him for my house and bundle the auto just because he's a good customer.
Yeah. Well, in my case, like you said, I told you what the original thing was for having the Jeep with comprehensive and then just liability on the old 87 Mercedes. It was like they were wanting like 840 every 6 months.
Hold
And
on.
even with going down with just the Jeep with liability, it was still $430 for 6 months, whereas the other company I'm going to is like $490 for the year with the same coverage.
Hold on, I gotta check something out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, motherfucker. You fucking fuck. 9327. Had the num lock wasn't on, and which one is this? Here, hold on, I'll be right back. Alright, I'm sorry about that. I had to take care of some office stuff. Yep. When you own a business, you don't actually get a day off. Just saying. But it's worth it. Because at least you get to make your own rules. And that's worth a lot. Alright, so... we're going to piss off China this turn. Why do we have flies in here? It's like autumn. This is not the fly time of year. How did you guys get in here? Go away.
Yeah, but you could put Tiny Dog to work at flipping her tail and using that tail as a fly swatter.
I wish. I wish. Alright, so... let's have you guys... and then... just keep chasing him. Alright, so we got that. That's not going anywhere. You guys are all going to head up to the East Coast now. Where does that? Is it 255? Probably New York is where it's going to be the main invasion point. Okay. Yeah, we'll take this. We'll take them out soon. Boop. All right. There's 2 destroyers there. Let's see if we can cut him off. This is, what is that? 2 destroyers. And that's good still. Alright. So we want to invado probably Nicaragua. Because I can double dip on that. There we go, just do that. There we go. That'll take care of this. Even with all the distractions that I'm getting, it's still coming along pretty well today. Welcome back, Vorgath. We didn't lose any transports this time. That was really great. Our economy's starting to pick up. That's really great. Increase tension with China. The problem is the Chinese hate the Americans enough that it's all I can do to increase tension with them. It's just not working out. Kind of want to park you guys in the Persian Gulf. Let's do that. That'd be spiffy. Alright. That looks really good. We'll get them next turn. That's good. That's good. Alright, so we are in good shape. Still trying to hunt down the stupid battleship. And you guys... Two, three... And let's go try and catch... See if we can catch these guys. 3, 4. There we go. Hopefully we can catch them. And boop. Got boiler efficiency upgrade. Nice. We got some good stuff. China's very angry. Ungoverned territory. Sure, let's go get Qatar. Oh, hey, what do you know? That worked. And Qatar's worth not that much money, but that's okay. It's Qatar. So... time to invade eastern USA. 500,000 tons. I don't know if I have enough. I have almost enough. Have you guys head up here also. Do we have anything up here? We got these guys up here, so let's send you down as well. Alright. And we got Western USA. Now who's allied with Mexico? The Soviets are. Okay. So when shit lights off with the Soviets, we're going to have a big mess. Let's go there. And then you guys are all going to go, for now, you're going to go back to Alaska. And then you guys are all going to go to San Diego. Go San Francisco. We're just going to go park. Until we figure out what we're going to do with all this shit. I probably need to send them back to Asia. Alright, there we go. Oh, that last little bit of crew training is very expensive, it seems. Yes, it is. Alright. Let's go boop these guys. There we go. Oh, we caught him. We caught him. Alright. Here we go. Here we go. Alright, let's see if we can... I really like these Marauders. These are great looking ships. When it comes to like a Bob battleship, these are what I like. Alright, so you're going this way. You got low fuel, which sucks to be you. There we go. All my guns are shooting now. Oh, some good hits. What's your armor like? Your aft belt. If we can just hit him in the butt, that won't be bad. Oh, hello, destroyers. You've been spotted. Time to leave. There we go. Alright, problem solved. China has a DD that scares you? What is it? What is it? Because the trick to making destroyers, enemy destroyers, not scary is blow them up before they get in torpedo range. That's my philosophy. Alright, so we got that. Eastern USA, we need a little more oomph. So those guys are coming. And these guys are coming, so we just need a little more oomph. Let's have you guys hang out over here. And you're gonna go there. Try and catch this Yahoo. There we go, we'll do that. Alright, that should take care of that. Has two 5.9s, 12 torpedo. That's a little bit terrifying. Yeah, if you get close, you're kind of screwed. Better take it out from 5 kilometers away then, I guess. so we got our interception. Let's go and fight these guys. How fast is it? Alright, let's go get these guys. Let's see, it's 3 o'clock. It's 3:16. Yeah, that's not bad. Alright. Oh, you're low on fuel. Alright, well, we're just gonna do this. Alright. I gotta take care of something real quick, sorry. Alright, there we go. Just had to take care of our internet's down at the store, so Mike can't update the notes in the database. So I've got to update the notes from here. So he's been texting me notes, or texting me what to put in. Alright, there we go. Yeah, having these 10 destroyers is, again, 10 on 2, it's 5-to-1 odds. Those are good odds. I'm going to leave these torpedoes on aggressive, actually. Shit. That's not great.
Oh, wonderful. Now we get to deal with ice protests down in Charlotte as well.
Well, it's bound to happen.
Yeah.
Please don't get hit by that torpedo. All you have to do is go straight and you won't get hit.
Yeah, there's a good reason why I haven't felt the need
to go
like
outside.
About 5 or 6 years to go 20 miles south to take care of anything in Charlotte.
Well, I mean, you know, unfortunately, we've reached a point as a nation where there's really 3 sides of the conflict. You've got the people on the left, you've got the people on the right, and you've got the establishment who just want the rest of us to be fighting. And, you know, the people on the right basically just want a lot of people arrested and deported. And the people on the left, I'm not really sure what they want. They, because bringing in half the third world doesn't make sense. You know, I mean, really, everybody on both the left and right just wants to make more money and have some security and whatnot. You know, we want to just be able to take care of. Oh, please don't get hit. Oh my god, that was a dud. Alright, fine. That was... You guys just turned right into that fucking torpedo. And the establishment just wants to make money and keep the rest of us fighting with each other. But, you know, I was thinking about it, that, like...
The thing is, Charlotte's just become a huge, overgrown mess the last couple of decades. I was growing up just to be just a nice, small, mid-sized southern city. It's easy to get around, but since the three major banks decided to move their headquarters down there like about 30 years ago, it has just become an overgrown. I would rather drive through Atlanta than drive through Charlotte nowadays.
Really? Atlanta's a pretty awful place to drive through.
Yeah. So what does that tell you about Charlotte now? Made the mistake of driving through Atlanta one time about 10-15 years ago during afternoon rush hour, and I swore, never again.
Hey, I had a thought I wanted to run past you. I don't know if this is a good idea or not. It was thinking, you know, since we need certain skill sets here in America, and a lot of kids don't want to be just saddled with debt, what if the government said, okay, look, we need more engineers. You know, we need this kind of engineers. We just need more engineers in general. We need more doctors. We need more engineers. So if you go to school, if you want to go to school for engineering or medicine, we'll give you an aptitude test. If you pass the aptitude test, we'll give you a student loan that you don't have to pay back if you graduate. You know, if you don't graduate, then you got to pay it back. And then if you don't pass the aptitude test, then, you know, that's on you if you want to take out a student loan and have to pay it back or not. But I think that, you know, if people pass an aptitude test for the types of fields that we need people in, instead of bringing in all these foreign H-1Bs that just lower salaries, just say, look, we will forgive your student loan if you pass an aptitude test and graduate in these fields. You know, and I'm not saying that English Lit majors are bad. It's just that you only need so many of them, right? They're not going to really.
Getting an English Lit degree only makes sense if you're planning on becoming a full-time teacher.
Or if you're well, I know a lot of people do like an English degree and then with the pre-law, or they'll go, you know, some sort of liberal arts degree and then pre-medicine, because you don't really. Because, like, medical stuff, you pretty much need the... You know, that's all graduate school anyway. So I knew a lot of people going into medicine or law who did some sort of, you know, undergrad in whatever.
That, to me, that would make more sense than spending the money on the H-1B visa program.
Yeah,
not just for,
now. Well, the reason
not just college degrees, but also promote the trade schools as well.
Now, the reason you have all the H-1Bs is that so a lot of them, you know, are recruited straight from college. So if you're an H-1B visa and you're working for a company, if you lose your job, you go back, your visa's revoked and you go back to your home country. And so what happens is, it's not even just that they can pay them less money, because technically under the H-1B program, because I've tried hiring H-1Bs before. I had a programmer in Greece that I was trying to bring over an H-1B because she helped me develop this software that we use, and when I was trying to get some of my some of my friends out of Ukraine, I was looking through at H-1Bs. And I, of course, got turned down because I'm not some big company. But the reason is, if they lost the job, they have to go back to their home country. So big tech can tell all these Indian workers to do morally dubious things, and the Indians will do it because they don't want to go back to India. So not only can you get them to pay less money, which technically you're supposed to pay them more. Fuck. Alright. So anyway, so a lot of it is they can finagle it for less money, but the main reason is that you can get them to do morally dubious things and keep their mouth shut about stuff because they don't want to go back to their home country. And that's just a lot of what it is.
And also, like you said, what a lot of the big corporations are able to pull, from what I've seen reporting on, is they can also get away with bringing in low workers for low skill jobs.
Right. So when I was trying to get my friend over on an H-1B, I had to prove that I couldn't find her skill set in the United States, and that I was going to pay her more than what I could pay an American to do the job. And so my claim was, well, she was a co-developer of my proprietary software program, so she's the only one in the world who knows how to program the front end.
Yeah. That's the thing. The large corporations can afford, shall we say, grease a few palms to make it quite a bit easier for them. Pull people in via H-1Bs.
Yeah. So one of the reasons that my software front end kind of looks like 1995 very basic stuff is that because the lady who developed the front end, I couldn't bring her over here to finish developing the front end in more detail. She got the prototype working, and so we just left things very basic because I couldn't bring her over here. And then she ended up getting a better job in Greece. But if I was big tech, then then there would be lots and lots of options. Oh, there we go. We got the crew pool going. All right, so these guys should all be set. So let's go send you guys back to your port to repair and hang out.
Yeah, back in 2009 through 2011, we had a big financial crisis to where Freightliner everybody off for a couple of years, and I went down to Texas, close to where one Navy friend was living, and went to work for this one company. But the apartment complex I ended up living in was across one of the main streets from this gigantic building that housed a, shall we say, a rather well-known insurance company.
Right.
And at apartment complex, which took up the better part of a city block, the majority of the residents were people on H-1B visas from a certain country working the call center in that building for a certain country. There were so many of them living there that there was actually an Indian-specific convenience store down on the corner right beside that apartment complex.
Huh.
So, yes, I know that, known for quite a few years that the H-1B visa program was being used and abused by certain large corporations.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. But if I want to benefit from it, then, then no bueno. So.
Yeah. But I would say not just offer that deal for like full up like engineering degrees and so on. But
well, you would offer it for whatever. Yeah, you'd offer it for whatever job skill set we need. So if we need like CNC machinists, then you do like a scholarship. Okay, you pass the qualification exam. We'll give you a free ride through trade school if you graduate. If you don't graduate, then you got to pay it back. And this would be a way that you could financially incentivize certain skill sets that we need. Like, for example, we need draftsmen. We need a lot of draftsmen. We need land surveyors. I know this because I work for a lot of land surveyors. And all the engineering guys that I know, everybody I know needs draftsmen, 3D modelers, CNC machinists, 3D printers, anybody that can fabricate. We need fabrication people. And that's just it's just what it is, and we need those.
Yeah. I mean, even something, some people, like you said, you just basically get a useful trade or skill. Well, hopefully now most of the forever wars are over, just doing a 4-year stint like in the military, which if you're careful and do your research and pick which specific rating you want to go into, there's 4 years you're getting paid
to learn shit,
and you're getting the training and a useful trade that will be useful when you get out of the military. And besides that, people say, hey, you've got a clean record in the military, you've got specific training in this job that my company does, and on top of that, said you've got a clean record in the military. That means you're willing to show up for work on time and actually get the job done. And you would not believe how many employers I would that aspect right there.
I would jump on somebody like that. Yeah.
And on top of that, like one base I spent my last 4 years, or by 2 shore duty tours on at the submarine base out there in Washington State up above Bremerton. They had a good bit of like civilian workers there for the CNC machinists and running lathes and like that. And they actually had journeyman programs for learning to be a machinist and such, that the military guys, while they were there on shore duties, could join and actually get training for being actually like a journeyman machinist.
Right on.
For once they got out of the military.
Let's send these guys over there. Yeah, so apparently we're kicking the crap out of Persia's not... Persia's not aligned with anyone anymore. Oh.
Yeah.
You are not protected.
I mentioned, going down to San Antonio, down there for those 2.5 years. The company I got on with was operating the central heating and air conditioning plant for the University of Texas at San Antonio.
Right.
And the guy who was the manager, well, guess what? He happened to be ex-Navy, and he happened to be in nuclear power as well, except he had been in the surface fleet. And one of the things when they started invoking all the stuff with like getting rid of Freon and such in the early 90s, we had to go through the EPA program for getting certification for doing refrigerant work.
Right.
And I managed to score well enough on the course. I've got a universal certification for working on any type of stationary refrigerant system.
Nice.
And I went down there for the interview, and him being ex-Navy, and and found out I was, retired Navy, nuke power, submarines. Then looked at schools I went to, and then when he saw that I already had the universal certification for doing stationary refrigerant work, he just looked at me and said, "When do you want to start?"
Oh yeah, I bet. I bet. Let's send you guys over here. Alright, so that's working well. That's going... Do I really care about this convoy? Sure, we'll sink it.
Yeah. Which, when I retired, I did get like 2 or 3 offers from nuclear power plants to come be like maintenance supervisor.
Right. How come you didn't take that?
2 of them were in upstate New York, and 1 of them was in upstate Chicago. I said no.
And that's a lot of cold weather.
I spent the winter of 77 or 78 to 79 in upstate New York, Saratoga Springs. No, thank you.
And you'd had enough of that. I understand.
Amen.
I understand.
Old Southern boy. Yeah. No, I don't do cold.
I do cold all right. Actually, what's funny, I was in Moscow once in October, before the war and all that, visiting some of my gamer friends. It was during COVID, and we were trying to have a gamer hangout, and so because they couldn't get into Western countries because of all the lockdowns, Moscow was the only place that didn't give a shit enough about COVID that we could all gather up in. Because the Russians did not care as much about COVID as other people did. Anyway, so we that's an awful lot of transports you got there, buddy. Anyway, so we're there, and it's cold because it's Moscow. My Russian friends are all freezing. I'm walking around in a t-shirt and a light jacket because I'm from New York City, and October in Moscow is like November in New York City. It's not that bad. In the grand scheme of things. We are going to we are going to torpedo things. And so anyway, it was just an interesting experience watching a bunch of Russians get really cold.
I was in Vancouver once, and I was on the B2V shuttle.
Hey, Steve.
And, so basically on a jet-powered ferry boat going 80 miles per hour from Vancouver to Victoria Island.
Right.
And everybody was wondering why I wasn't cold. I was wearing a short sleeve shirt, and I've got a weird genetic thing.
Yeah,
so
Steve just doesn't. Yeah, Steve just doesn't get cold.
So they asked me, "Where are you from?" And I said, "Oh, I'm from Yukon," not thinking I was back in Canada again. So they said, "Oh, you're from Yukon? No wonder you're so cold. Would you like not cold? Would you like us to get you a chilly drink or something?"
And yeah, they didn't realize you're talking about Yukon, Oklahoma.
I had to explain it, and then they looked very disappointed.
That's great. Was this that same Vancouver trip where you saw the really cool airplane takeoff on the water?
Oh, well, I did that every time, but yeah,
But there's this one time, it was the first time you called me up and you'd seen that and you were really excited about the airplane. That's sort of what I remember your trip to.
It was actually worse than that. What ended up happening was I went to a really nice hotel, and I arrived at 2 o'clock in the morning in Vancouver. So I had been on a traveling since the morning before or whatever, so I was totally completely tired. So I just fall asleep on my face on the bed, boink. So I wake up and I hear a turboprop taking off. That's funny, I'm nowhere near the airport. And then I hear another turboprop taking off, and then another one. So now that's facing the story a bit. Just before I went to bed, I looked out the window and I saw these big, gigantic storm clouds out in the distance. And then, boink, I fall asleep. I wake up the next morning, turboprop taking off, turboprop taking off, turboprop taking off. So the first thing I do is I look outside, and oh wait, those big giant storm clouds were actually mountains I had no idea were there. So then I look out at the bay across, the mountains are across the bay, and there was a line of seaplanes taking off one after the other off of the bay, and I was just, wait, what? And right next to my hotel room, there was a Disney cruise ship, and I was going, what world have I landed in?
That's pretty funny.
I had no expectation whatsoever. And of course, when I was going there, I was scouting out new locations for the family company to move.
Right.
So
this is before you went. This is before you went to Portugal.
Yeah, it was in between Vancouver and Portugal, and Portugal gave us a better deal. So, at any rate, at that point there were a lot of people who were heads of major American companies, Tim Cook, whoever, were showing up. So, the lady at the front desk gave me a look, and she said, "I have just the perfect room for you." So she hands me the keys, and she's putting me in room 1812.
Hey Steve, I don't know if you were on when I shared my idea with Mitchell.
I might have cut the end of it, but go ahead.
I want to run a thought past you. So, so regarding everybody being mad about all the H-1Bs and there's not enough skilled workers to do certain jobs and whatnot, and then also a lot of the kids I know, college kids are just screwed. Their college degrees are worthless. They can't pay back their student loans and whatnot. And I was thinking, what if the government just made a list of these are the skill sets, or big corporations could do this too. These are the list of skill sets we need. If you pass a qualification exam of some sort and go to school for this skill set, then we'll lend you the money, and if you graduate, you don't have to pay it back. We'll pay it back for you. Whether it's the government or some company.
AmeriCorps that's very close to that.
Because it's not that I, don't respect people with English literature degrees. It's just we're not short of English literature majors right now. We need, the big thing, I know we need a lot of people who can do drafting, engineering, any sort of fabrication, industries, stuff like that. And, it would only take 4 to 6 years to gain the skill sets we needed if we created an incentive program for smart kids to go into. It's like when I was going to school, the big thing was MIS degrees, Management Information Systems, and everybody was pushing for MIS degrees. Like, no, I don't think so. Because I just had that sense that they were
basically computer science for people who can't really do hardcore computer stuff.
And so, and it was out of the business school rather than engineering school. And they ended up graduating so many MIS majors that, now they can't find jobs at anything better than a call center. So I'm glad I went for, just hardcore math, science, architecture, engineering. So the downside is if you get too many of them, you could end up flooding the job market and screwing them. So you'd want to work with industry. We need this many over the next 5 years, 10 years. Because America had a need of say 10,000 MIS degrees, and they graduated 50,000 of them, and so not everybody could get jobs. But if you knew how many you needed, and you could easily figure that out by talking to, a panel of big companies. We need this degree, these degrees, we need this many. Let's graduate 10%. Let's get 10% more than what we need, because there's going to be some spillage. You could go a long way towards fixing, I think, the skill deficit, within a few years, I think. And then...
There's actually a very similar program to, I think it's called AmeriCorps, but basically what winds up happening, at one point I think it was called the Peace Corps kind of thing. You go out, and it's a little bit structured like the military. You wake up, you go out, you help build roads, you help put sidewalks and commute. But the point being is you're proving that you're actually capable of working for 2 years. If you make it through the program and you show that you're actually capable of going out and doing the hard work, then they pay for your education.
Yeah, I think my Uncle George might have done that, because I think he was in the Peace Corps. But yeah, something like that. There would be some... I think that we need to be pushing, instead of bringing in a bunch of, because foreign workers are going to be a short-term fix, but long-term it screws the young people. You could do, you can do temporary work visas and stuff like that. Big tech kind of abuses it. Because I remember, how we tried to get, when we were trying to get our programmer friend in when we were developing, Smash Fusion. And we had a lot of trouble with it, but, some big company...
Working H-1B visas than there were 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So I don't think that the market's going to be flooded by foreign talent.
Well, and a lot of it is they come in... They don't even come in through the H-1Bs. They go in through student visas, then transition into work visas. And it bypasses the H-1B quotas. That's how a lot of the big tech guys... you get all the Chinese students, and then they bypass.
They spend 4 years, 6 years, 8 years in school, whatever. That's long enough to give them residency status, and from there they can get other visas.
Right, exactly. Well, that worked out pretty well. All right, so let's. We're about to beat the U.S. All right, let's cycle the turn. Oh, by the way, Steve, I'm streaming. Just so you know, so don't say anything that you're going to regret saying later.
All I was going to do when you said we're about to beat the United States, I was thinking in terms of the World Cup playoffs. So I almost cheered for a moment there. My apologies.
No, I'm playing my German campaign, and. So now that
By the
all
way,
that's...
I mentioned that Portugal's star defender actually has the penthouse next to mine.
Are you serious?
I actually was standing there and talking to his wife about their missing cat in my terrace a couple days ago.
That's pretty awesome.
I happened to notice when I looked that direction that there was a soccer ball sitting on a bookshelf. I was wondering if they were soccer fans, but not quite exactly.
Huh.
The way I found out, I was at a pizza restaurant on the beach, and my mother was there. We try to get together twice a week. There's a pizza place right next to her house. So she noticed this guy with his 2-year-old kid, and he was trying to get his 2-year-old kid to chase the soccer ball, and he was completely ignoring it. And he finally ran up and he picked it up, and everybody cheered and was happy and everything.
Right.
And then 2 days later, my mother showed me a Portuguese news story, and it was talking about it was him standing next to his kid, and it was talking about the family life of the team star player. And oh yeah, that's the guy that lives next to me.
This is gonna sound really stupid. You just reminded me of a YouTube video where this pianist ended up with a pet squid, and he taught the squid how to play the piano. So it's just, I know it's completely random, but you just made me think of that. I mean, you obviously live in a nice apartment. One of these days, I need to make it out there. I still have other things I have to get done first, obviously, but no, I do want to. I do want to visit Portugal. I've always wanted to go to the Iberian Peninsula because I think that'd be very cool.
Yeah, which apparently is right next to Portugal. I'm sorry, that was supposed to be funny, but that just made me sound like an idiot. Oh wait, but
We love you
it was
anyway,
kind of funny.
Steve.
We've been having big, heavy, hardcore rain recently.
Is that a normal autumn
ran-
thing, or is that?
A bit more than usual for this time of year, but yeah, it's a fairly normal thing. So
Okay.
it was pouring down rain, and I completely ran out of food, so I decided to get some. So I walked out of my apartment building, walked to the next door over to the public entrance,
Uh-huh.
and I was in the grocery store. Because of the overhang, my feet didn't even get wet.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
So I can go to the fairly large grocery store without actually really going outside.
Right on. Oh, that
So-
kind of hurt.
What kind of weird design did the AI come up with on that?
I don't know. It's kind of dumb. It's got like 3 twin turrets up front, but 2 of them are side by side. 2 of them are wing turrets. So 3 center line and 2 wing turrets. It's just, I don't know, because it couldn't figure out to just put a gun turret in front. You know, it's the AI, and I don't know. This is why I'm not worried about my job being replaced by AI. But
Well, game AI, which is intentionally not as smart as a human being,
Well,
because at the speed that
ow, I'm playing on the hardest difficulty. Just the design choices sometimes are a little bit weird.
yeah,
So on the setting that I have, ouch, all right, that kind of hurt. On the setting that I have it where it uses a mix of historical designs and algorithmic designs. That way you get a little bit of variance. And this is definitely an algorithmic design. I think we're going to come up
What is
behind
this
it.
game?
This is Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. Here, let me, since I know you're not on YouTube, I will share it on Discord as well so you can see what I'm doing. So you should be able to see me on Discord now.
give me just 1 second to alt tab out of this so I can actually go to video. And I'm not seeing it. Where did I put my glasses? Because I've been staring at a computer since early this morning.
Or you can go to youtube.com/Bobtheorc and you'll see me there. Ouch.
You know what? I am going to save this game and do that.
So I'm streaming it into the chilling chat Discord. And let me know when you're watching, and I'll give you a tour of what's going on.
Exit. Quit. Exit. Yes, why did they make you go 20 buttons to exit a game?
Ouch.
So, why are YouTube? And I'm looking for, you said Bob the Orc?
Well, so you can go to youtube.com/Bobtheorc, or if you're on Discord, I've got it streaming into the chat window in Discord.
I'm in YouTube, but give me, there are glasses right there. Oh, I can just click on streaming live, and there it is.
Yeah. So anyway, and there's going to be a little bit of a, if you're on YouTube, there's a bit of a delay on the video. So I've got this American battleship that I'm trying to chase down and fight. And this is a kind of a typical early 1910s battleship where it's got the cage mast, it's got, you know, the front and back turrets, the 4 twin turrets, except and a lot of these would have 5 twin turrets, but instead of having like a center turret and 2 up front, 2 in the back, for some reason I put these 2 turrets side by side in the front, which is really kind of weird. And then my ships are... These are my assault ships. These are basically armored landing craft, essentially, for invading. So right now we're trying to invade New York. So I've got a big derpy gun up front, and then just a bunch of smaller guns in the center line and on the side for taking out, cruisers and light ships. So normally I wouldn't want these guys fighting a battleship, but he's got 1 and I've got 10. So my 10 twin 13-inch turrets essentially are going to be better than his 5 twin 10-inch turrets. So we're going to try and catch up to him.
Quantity of quality of its own kind of thing.
Yeah, well, my guns are better quality than his guns. I just have one big gun per ship. But I have 10 ships, each with 1 gun, so I've got more ships. And normally I would run my ships away doing a fighting withdrawal, but since he just has the 1 ship, I'm going to try and take him out. Because this is his last battleship. And, ow. But these guys are a little bit... I mean, they're not super squishy, but they're... I do not have as much armor as he does.
Well, yeah, they're kind of like mini destroyers with a big complement of passengers versus...
Yeah, these are... Well, these are... Yeah, these are... I mean, these are 12,000 tons. They're more like a... They're cruiser size. They're an 1890s battleship hull that I'm using as assault ships, basically. Because now that we're in the 1910s, I think we're like 1913 or so. They're not mainline ships. Not that they were ever any good. But they're okay. I just have a lot of them. Let's go armor piercing, please. Alright, let's go get in on you and go brawl you. Let's see, he's moving at 21.9, I'm at 24 knots, so I'm faster, so if I can get caught up to him. He's taking some damage. He's flooding in the back a little bit. And my lead ship's pretty tanky. I've got pretty good armor up front.
Does he have better range than you do, or?
No, well, my main gun is better in every way. But he's an actual... He's got probably better spotting than I do, and probably... I've got better accuracy than him, probably because he's got some damage and stability. Yeah, he's flooding, so my overall accuracy is better right now. I just need to get in there. And so from his perspective, if we go... So he's trying to run away from me at this point, and he just has all these shots coming in. So his rear tower's been busted up, and he's flooding in the back. Now at that angle, my armor penetration may not do that well. Alright, so what we're going to do is this guy here, you've been tanking long enough, we're going to detach you. And we're going to have you just kind of keep on doing your thing. And then you guys are going to turn in and pass him.
So the action slows down when action freezes when you're giving orders.
Well, I can pause it.
That's cool.
So I've got a speed here. So I've got pause, normal speed, ×2, ×3, ×5. And so I can adjust the speed, and so I'll pause it to give orders. Just because the game lags a little bit when I'm giving orders.
Besides, there's a lot of different things to be ordering around, so...
Yeah, well, I've got them all in... I've got them all in kind of one big task force, or one big division, so they're all just following each other. And then the injured guy off here, I'm having him go off to the side, and... Alright, it's time for... It's time for you to leave. So he's gonna leave, because he's taking too much damage. And then these guys, these other 9 are going to finish the fight. And now that we're getting into brawl range, my secondary guns are going to really do some good. And I can see, so my 13-inch guns are doing most of the damage. I didn't realize I have a 9-inch gun. 6-inch, 5-inch, 2-inch. Yeah, I didn't think I had a 9-inch. Unless I have a cruiser in there somewhere that I didn't know about. Oh, I might have an older... Oh, I bet I have an older assault ship that hasn't been upgraded, and that one still hasn't... Yeah, this is the old 9-inch gun one right here. So this is an older one. Okay, that's why. Alright. Alright, so he sank. So, I got beat up a little bit, but I took out his only battleship, because I've been sinking all of their ships. And my invasion shall continue.
By the way, the you sank his battleship joke is probably getting very old with this gun.
Yeah.
But you'd probably enjoy it.
Yeah, I'll be taking a break for a little bit here. Gotta go ask Mom what she wanted for dinner, and she wants to fix one of the big pizzas we got in the freezer. So
all right.
I need to go get it in the oven here.
Right on. I'll probably take a little break coming up also, because we've got Mega Mech tonight, and I have to take care of a few things.
Okay. Well, if I don't get back in time before we take a break, hopefully I'll be able to show back up for the Mega Mech.
Yeah, I'll be back on around 6 or 7, if nothing else.
Okay, we'll talk with you later then.
Thanks, Mitchell.
Nice to meet you.
Alright, so go increase tension there. So basically, you have... Each turn is 1 month, and you assign orders to all your different units on a big world map.
Mm-hmm.
And you can do politics. Like, right now we're trying to piss off China. So I want to... Who's that? Hold on, let me see what this is. Give me a minute. Alright, sorry. Some telemarketer wanted to call my family phone, ask me my opinion on some thing. I told him I didn't give a shit. I hung up on him. So anyway, so these are the remaining countries. There's the German Empire, and we got the Soviets because the Russian Tsar fell and went Soviet. Republic of China, which these guys, they're still a democracy, surprisingly enough. And then the U.S.
Republic.
And then the U.S. Yeah, so of course China's sort of screwed right now. I mean, they've got inland China, and then they've got this one little territory here. So I'll probably try and conquer them next, just because I'm being the bad guys and I want their stuff. Well, they've got some of these ocean areas out here. So meanwhile, we got all of these nice, tasty battleships that we don't need in the West Coast anymore. So what we're going to do is we're going to go send these guys back over here to... We're going to send you guys to Taiwan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10... and then we're gonna have to send them in several groups because I can't have more than 24,000 dudes in a task force right now. Because they just don't know how to deal with that. And because I think I'm the only one that has... Yeah, so I completely own the Pacific at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And then, since I know I'm going to get into a fight with the Soviets, I'm going to go send this last group up here to Alaska in the Bering Sea. We'll send all you guys up there. And that way, when I eventually get into a war with the Soviets, I can go and Omnom Siberia and just start working my way across.
If nothing else, you have a big defensive force there so that when they attack, you can hold them off long enough for the main fleet to come in.
Yeah, well, and I don't think the Soviets have a big... Most of their stuff is in the east, or I mean in the west anyway. And so these are my main invasion ships. I've got... well, here, let's click on ship design. I'll show you. So I've got these old assault ships. If you'll let me... Oh, please don't crash, Mr. Game. There we go. So I've got these, my holy assault ships. They're basically what you just saw. You know, they're about 12,000 ton ships, and I use them primarily for just invading. And then I've got these kind of old battleships which kind of suck, but they're tough. You know, my Guardian ships. They're mostly kind of defensive role. I've got my destroyers.
Tanks.
What? Yeah, they're tanks. I've got my my Lorenzo destroyers, named after one of the guys that watches me, who's an officer on an Italian destroyer, and he's kind of crazy, and these things are kind of crazy, and these are kind of my workhorses. They just go around and do raid shipping and chase down. I'll have a swarm of them go chase down enemy destroyers and cruisers. I've got my patrol ships, which are just kind of tanky. Okay, they're very okay cruisers. They're kind of stupid. They're early German designs, which means they're tough and stupid, but they work well enough. And then my Marauders are my main attack ships. These guys are basically fast. They're kind of more like battle cruisers than anything else. So one-on-one, I might, they might be able to take an enemy battleship one-on-one because my technology is pretty advanced. But usually I'll attack enemy battleships 3-on-1. And so 3-on-1 I'm really confident on these guys. And they're fast enough that I can run away from anything I can't sink. And they're tough enough to sink anything that, that I can catch.
They're basically battle cruisers.
Yeah, they're basically battle cruisers. I don't do big slugfest battleships. And then at some point I'm going to make a fast cruiser to kind of lead my destroyer squadrons, but I'm not quite there yet. I mean, I could. Actually, we'll go into the. So if I go click on a new design, so I've got all the basic hull types that I've unlocked. From like these big dreadnoughts that range from 34,000 tons. There's large armored cruiser. These only go 25.5 knots, 22 knots. So I don't have anything super fast yet. Battle cruisers are kind of fast. So I've got these large armored cruisers. This looks kind of dumb. I've got semi-armored cruiser 2. These are nice, but they're not fast enough. Do light cruiser 4. So I could do like a light cruiser, but these aren't really maybe tough enough yet. I really want to get to where I have a more modern cruiser design, or at least twin turrets for light cruisers. So I could build these guys out, and maybe I could make them go... let's see, if I went with a minimum beam and minimum draft, and I can make these up to 10,000 tons, and I want these to go 32 knots. I mean, I could probably do it. Or if I went with one of these large armor cruisers, probably armor cruiser 3. Oh, these are extra stupid. No, we don't want the German. We don't want that.
What makes them extra stupid?
Just the way that they force you into certain gun placements. So like you can only put the funnels in certain spots. They really limit how you can build out. And so I don't like them that much.
Does the turret positioning affect the field of fire? Or?
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of... I can... these would be all right. I could do... I mean, I could... So, I mean, I could make it go 32 knots.
Big engines in and keep it light?
Yeah. I mean, it would be... But I can only get up to 87% engine efficiency because I can't stack more funnels in the middle. I mean, maybe if I were to... Yeah. So because I have limited funnel placement, I can't make it go really, really fast and then just stack on a bunch of stuff. Like with my Marauder, how I made it go really fast is instead of being like a normal 2-funnel battleship, I stuck on 4 funnels and just crammed them in and just made this thing like a speedboat. So that's kind of the... So I really don't have the cruiser technology yet to do what I want with a cruiser. So because the German designs really limit me.
Yeah.
So, but that's okay. I'm probably going to wrap up the stream pretty soon since I'm about to win the game, or win my objective of taking America. We'll go do one more turn, and then Steve, if you're going to hang out on Discord, there's a couple things I wanted to tell you about, but I want to do it off stream. I've got an update.
You don't want to talk about Project Space Marmot, I understand.
No, Project Space Marmot's definitely secret.
Don't even let anybody hear the name.
Oh, Persia. Yeah, so we're accusing Persia of being terrorists, so we're going to invade Syria now. There we go. So sometimes if you park a bunch of ships off the coast of a neutral country or of a minor nation, so you've got your major nations, which are, Russia, Soviets, China, America. You have France and Italy and Austro-Hungarian Empire and Britain, and we've already taken those out. But if you park enough ships off the coast of minor nations, then you can sometimes accuse them of being terrorists and invade. Not that anybody would ever do that in real life, but so you can look for reasons to kind of invade stuff. So I'm gonna save the game, guys. I'm gonna take a break and talk with Steve for a little bit because we haven't really hung out that much recently since he's off in Portugal now. I will be back a little bit later tonight for Mega Mech. We'll be starting that sometime between 6 and 7 Central Time. And I will see you guys later. So thanks for hanging out. Turpitz, I will show him this. Your designs are in Discord. He can see them. I'll show them to him. So Turpitz is very energetic. All right, guys. Okay. I will see you guys in a little while. Thank you.
Hey, Mark, you want me to jump over to the private channels?
Yeah, give me just a minute here, Steve. Let me go.
Okay.
Shut down the stream. Say goodbye to everybody.